After I got home from my Bible study class last night, Chris had the entire house clean and like dishes in the dishwasher, everything. Like he did everything while I was at class last night. And that was in the span of like 2 hours. So I was grateful to come home to a clean house. I was very, very thankful. But today is Valentine's Day. And we never really have anything special planned for Valentine's Day. I'm not really sure why. I think it's just so busy out. Like we don't want to go out to eat. It's so busy. All of these other couples are trying to celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't know. We would just prefer to stay in and spend time together. We don't have anything planned. Like I didn't even have dinner planned. I'm thinking we're just gonna do pizza or takeout. I think that sounds like the best option so that I don't have to cook. I do want to look through some of the cookbooks that I have and see if there's a dessert that I can like pull out really quickly. That way he has like a little treat when he comes home. So I have so much of my work done that I'm actually able to take a half day today, which is really nice because look, Chris even swept the floor and like he did so much last night. No. Where does it go? You got it? You got it! Okay, we're gonna try these hazelnut brownies. I just don't have Nutella, so I'm gonna see if I can do it with peanut butter instead, which feels dangerous. Okay. I plan on having Parker make these brownies with me, but first, before I invite him into the kitchen, I have my recipe out and I have all the ingredients out, and even before I invite him into the kitchen with everything out, I'm going to do what's called a mise en place. I have no idea if I'm saying that right, but essentially you get all your ingredients measured out and ready so that when you go to mix it or cook it, you can just dump it in and it's really easy. That way it's less stressful on me while I'm trying to like pour the vanilla extract into a measuring spoon and then measure it out, and Parker can't help me with that stuff because he would get it everywhere and I just don't think he's ready. Like I'll see if he wants to try and help. Do you want milk? But just to make it less stressful on me, I'm going to have everything ready. I'm gonna have everything ready for him so that when he comes and I bring his stool over, he can just help me pour the ingredients in. He knows I'm in the kitchen and he's ready to get started, so I have a drink for him. I'm going to quickly measure out the rest of my ingredients and get them ready so that he can help me make these brownies. Okay, Parker got a little excited, so he's already up here. Oh, not yet. He's super excited. Can you say, hey? Parker? Do you want one? Here, you can have one. Parker got a little upset that there wasn't more to do in the kitchen because the recipe was only 6 ingredients and it was so quick and so fast and it's already in the oven. And I have 20 minutes until it's supposed to be done. So I'm going to try and clean the kitchen, but I see it being a challenge because Parker does not want to leave the kitchen, and so we'll see how it goes. He definitely wants me to play with him right now, but I want to get the kitchen done, and I'm hoping that he can see me cleaning and be interested in that, and then I can play with him. Okay, they're not looking cute, but you know, it doesn't matter what it looks like as long as it tastes good. Not my favorite. Well, we're back to the drawing board because the first dessert that I made, where I substituted the Nutella with peanut butter did not turn out, so I might just make my snickerdoodles or see if there's anything else I can try that I don't need substitutions for. So we'll see. I didn't realize I had all the ingredients for this chocolate cake. So I think I'm gonna make this for Valentine's Day, and I have a bunch of strawberries that I think I'm gonna put on top before Chris gets home. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of cheating with this chocolate cake recipe because I am using a box cake, like a box cake mix, but I am doing the icing and the frosting by hand because the idea is that I will layer it and then put the frosting in between the layers and then decorate it with strawberries. I've never done anything like this before. I thought it would be fun to try, and Parker loves being in the kitchen, so it's been a good day. Okay, I'm gonna have to half the frosting recipe because I don't have as much as I thought I did of my confectioner sugar, but that's okay. I need a... This is so dangerous. Literally, why can't I get it to move? This is so dangerous. I've seen people get their fingers stuck in these, and I've been terrified ever since. Oh. Oh my gosh. I want a stand mixer so bad because the way that is so dangerous. That's really good though. It's really chocolatey. Okay, good. The plan. I feel like, oh, is that chocolate on my forehead? Great. Okay. Well, the plan is to like do like little hearts and then layer them. I'm just hoping that this is gonna work. Oh my gosh. Excuse me? No, I hate every part of this. I don't know why, but this is so funny to me. Like, hello. Cute. Okay. I literally said I don't even care about Valentine's Day, and here I am making heart-shaped cakes for my husband and my son. Like, what the heck? I like cannot help myself. That's nice, right?
Hell yeah.
Aren't they so cute and fun? Scrumptious. Do you want a fork? Excuse me. Chris is sending Parker away for the night. So you know what that means. He's gonna play Skyrim and I'm gonna read my book. I just want to tell you, Parker and I did not last 10 minutes in that restaurant. And I just want everyone to know it is okay. Like, if you're a parent who has a kid with a lot of energy and you are not able to go out and sit down at restaurants because you know that they're going to climb all over things and throw fits because they can't run around, it's okay to try it and leave after 10 minutes. Like, it really is fine. My son and I went in there and I kind of knew exactly how it was gonna go, but it had been a while since we had taken him out. So I went out to breakfast with Chris's parents, and we got up to, like, immediately upon entering the building, Parker wanted to run back into the kitchen and all over the place. Carried him up to our seat. We sat down and he was content for maybe like 2 minutes before he decided he wanted to get up and run around and climb all over the tables. And I tried to like discipline him and just let him know, like, hey buddy, like, we have to sit, like, we're gonna stay in our seat, we're gonna color, we're gonna play here, like, this is where we're playing at, is at the table. And he did not like that. He still wanted to get down and run. And I said to myself, like, I just didn't want to pull out my phone and make him sit there and watch TV. I wanted him to experience the restaurant. Today was just one of those days. I wasn't willing to pull out my phone. There are days where I do, but today wasn't one of those days for me. And so because I knew I wasn't going to pull out my phone, like, he was throwing a fit and he didn't really know what to do. And so I just let him throw a fit for literally like a couple minutes. And then he sat up with his grandfather and he played and he colored for maybe about 60 seconds before Parker wanted to get down and run around and fall all over the tables. And then he started throwing another fit, and I looked at Chris's parents and I said, I'm gonna leave. We can't do this for an hour. Like, I just couldn't do it for an hour. I didn't want to stress myself out. I didn't want to get mad at Parker for him just wanting to run around and explore. It's not fair to Parker. It wouldn't have been fair to Parker for me to stress him out for an hour when I could easily remedy the situation. I feel like we make parenting so much harder than it needs to be. Like, if I know that my kid's not going to enjoy something, why am I going to force them to sit through it? Like, if I know my kid isn't going to enjoy sitting down at a table for an hour while everyone else eats and he's getting scolded for an hour because he can't sit in his chair, I don't want to put him through that, and I don't want to put myself through that, because then I end up carrying so much mom guilt over how I'm behaving towards my child, over how I'm embarrassed about how my child is behaving in public. Like, he's not even 2, he's about to be 2. And we've all heard the phrase terrible twos. But there are 2 things that I am trying to keep in mind. So that advice on, like, it's okay to leave after 10 minutes was actually given to me by my friend who also has a son who has a lot of energy, and he is so crazy and wild in all the best ways. They just know there are some things they can't do right now, and that's okay. She just told me that it's okay to leave after 10 minutes, and I'm just really proud of myself for the way I handled it and the way I handled that situation, because normally, like, I would have just gotten so overwhelmed and beside myself, and I started to feel that feeling of being overwhelmed, and I just decided, like, not today. So I took Parker and we left, and he was upset about leaving, but that's the punishment. The punishment is not getting to be in the restaurant. If you can't listen in the restaurant, like, that's punishment enough. I forgot what else I was gonna say, but I actually also read similar advice in this book called Hunt, Gather, Parent. But this book, Hunt, Gather, Parent, was recommended to us, I think, by one of Chris's coworkers, and I picked it up and I read it, and it totally changed my mindset on parenting. I always told myself I was never going to read a parenting book, but that one has been really good, and now I'm even, like, reading a devotional on parenting. And this book kind of explains how we all make parenting so much more stressful than it needs to be. Like, me sitting in that restaurant was with a 2-year-old who was kicking and screaming and climbing all over the place was more stressful than it needed to be. So I just decided to leave and take my son to a place where he's comfortable and can run around and can climb all over things. Yeah, I just decided to leave, and I feel really good about that decision. I was upset at first. Now that I'm home though, I'm gonna resume my Bible study. I stopped in the middle of my Bible study earlier to go out to breakfast, and then now I'm back and I'm gonna resume it. I'm gonna do day 3, which I didn't get to do yesterday, so today's just a good day. I don't know, even with that whole ordeal with the restaurant, like, it's just a good day.
You will have to forgive me, I think I'm losing my voice, but I did just want to come on here and talk about how, despite feeling really good about the decision to leave the restaurant early, I do just want to talk about how secluded and lonely motherhood can still feel in those moments. Because of course I want to spend time with family and be able to hold a conversation with my friends, but I really just haven't been able to for a long time when Parker's with me. Another example I can easily think of is when Chris and I are leaving church. We have a great community at church and we go with some of our really close friends, but afterwards is usually when we all congregate and talk and just enjoy each other's presence after wrapping up the service. And instead of being able to enjoy the presence of my friends, Chris and I end up chasing Parker around all over church, and my friends can barely get a word in with me. And then I get in my head and wonder if they thought I was being rude, even though I know they understand that I'm just chasing a toddler around. And then I wonder if my absence even makes a difference because I can't even hold a conversation anyways. And then I really just go down the rabbit hole, and I feel so secluded and lonely even when I'm surrounded by so many people. I love my friends so much, and the way that I try to show that is by communicating and conversating with them and just trying to show up for them when I can. And as a mother, I can't always do those things. I'm very much a words of affirmation person, so when I'm unable to receive that and give that, I really just feel so lonely. I'm honestly still figuring out how to cope with this because Chris and I do want more kids, and although we do have a great support system, this is something that I am struggling with. So if you have any tips, let me know. But regardless, I just wanted to mention that it was still a great weekend, even with having to confront those feelings of loneliness.